Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's into the big one, the bad one, Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. It is now December 29th, 1941. And I'm going to record this one. I'll probably do the next one live. And I'm just going to tell you right up front, I am going to go through everything. I'm going to play a whole turn how I would do a turn. I'm just going to go through it all. If you don't want to watch all that, that's fine. That's personal preference there. I'm going to go through every unit, every damn ship. If there's someplace you're interested in, I will be going from west to east. We will start in Abaddon and go to Aden through Cape Town. We'll then come back up through Colombo and India. I'm going to go look everywhere in maybe 2.5 hours. But I'm going to play a full turn here, make sure we've got everything the way I want it as we move forward. And then from then here on out, I will do like a third of the map each time and then a resolve. So this time, just fair warning, don't send me the hate mail. If you don't want to watch me struggle over what exact ship to put into task force, then please, by all means, just skip this one and we'll resolve a turn, next time, and you can have fun with that. So anyway, let's jump into it. Now I'm going to review what happened last time, and I'm just going to go through my usual turn phase. I might not actually talk as much as I usually do, if you can believe that. You said, what? Wait a minute. That's not what I'm paying for, buddy. All right, let's look at the intelligence report. We did put up, almost 3,000 sorties. Yes, well, that says today. Okay, really kind of yesterday, right? Uh, the Japanese putting up around 2,100. That starts to even up as they get their main task force out here. In the campaign, we've got many more up. Air to air losses, we've been doing pretty well air to air. As I always explain, that doesn't tell the whole story, though, right? Because they're doing a lot of bombing missions. We're essentially doing none. And so we should be ahead of them air to air. Destroyed on the field, my least favorite outcome. We've only lost 28 on the field. I'll take that. I'll take that. 31 for the campaign for the Japanese. If we can be ahead of them in that statistic, we've done just fine. Destroyed by flak. We have yet to have a plane destroyed by flak. Okay. 23 for the Japanese in the campaign, and our operational losses well within limits there. The Japanese have had a few more than us. We've got an absolute boatload of political points. Well, our score keeps climbing. Our score just keeps on climbing. That is a good thing. That is a good thing. At this point of the game, it should really kind of be going the other direction. Now, we'll see what happens in January through March, which is when the Japanese generally really start gaining points. I mean, they take Singapore and they take Manila and Clark Field, and they destroy a lot of things, a lot of surrenders and stuff. So we'll see where we are when that's all done. Allied bases controlled 563. If we can keep that above, let's say 450, I'll be tickled pink. Um, Allied aircraft points lost. Okay, we're doing fine there. Our Army points lost are a lot higher. A lot of that is in China, which is sort of almost unavoidable in some respects. I mean, you can lessen it, but you are going to be way behind on Army lost points at this point of the game. Allied ships sunk 68 up to 605 points. We've now sunk 21. I wish I knew exactly what the point total was at Pearl Harbor. Hell, with this game, there's probably a way I could search that, but I'm just not going to. Well, I guess I could do it by going back during the dates, right? I could figure out how much was lost at Pearl Harbor. The basic idea is I think we lost around 300 points, something like that. So, I mean, we are a little behind on this, but well acceptable there. Soviet's not active. We unfortunately already knew that. Um, all right. Now, what have we been losing? Well, we've been losing buffaloes. The Japanese have been losing zeros. We've lost, or they've lost. I'm sorry, they've lost some Nells, some Bettys. I say some. They've actually lost quite a few Bettys there. So it's always hard for them to replace things they lose. The more things we can knock out of the air, obviously, and I mean that above and beyond the Why can't I talk? Above and beyond the obvious, which is, hey, you break more stuff, you win wars, but just the nature of this war, the Japanese have a lot harder time replacing things. Sally has taken a beating a little bit out here, as has the Lily. So all of his bombers are taking, a lot of hits. Unfortunately, we've lost quite a few P-40E Warhawks. If we look at our planes, let's see. So these are the Flying Tigers, H-81 A3s. We've really lost a lot more of those than I usually would, I would say. We've lost some Wildcats. And so it's really the Buffaloes and the Warhawks that have taken the absolute brunt of this so far. A few Dauntlesses, a few Wildebeests, a few Weirways, but nothing to even raise an eyebrow at. The only, Buffaloes, Warhawks, but they're going to go down early on. It just is what it is. Okay, let's go back. And let's look at group reinforcement. What are we getting out here soon? The Yorktown comes in tomorrow. Boop, 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 but bang the drum. Here comes the Yorktown. We'll get a new carrier tomorrow, which is very nice. We get some Blenheims up in Aden. We get some Kitty Hawks out in Canada soon. Eastern U.S., these are Warhawks. Are these restricted? No, they are not. Well, those aren't anyway. I don't think these are. These are part of to U.S. Fighter Command, which we've already sent out to Nomaya, I believe. Either Nomaya or Suva, one of those two. We'll figure that out as we go along this time. We get Warhawks into Brisbane in about 2 weeks. That's always nice. We'll look at the other stuff as time goes on. Withdrawal schedule. Do we have anything? Yeah, we got quite a few coming up in 17 days. Some Bolos, some 3Ms. They'll be out of here out of Chongqing. Unfortunately, I mean, the Chinese just don't even have any planes to begin with, really. But yeah, in about 17 days, we get a little bit of an exodus out of here with those Bolos, which would be the only thing that would really matter. Um, Aircraft replacement pool. How are we doing in the pool? Well, let's see. Let's see what we got the most of. Just kind of curious. That doesn't look good. I must have searched it the other way. Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's get up. There we go. I was going to say, we don't have any planes left, guys. Sorry. Go home. P-40 Warhawks, we've got 40 in the pool. Okay, and we'll have to keep this in mind as we start thinking about replacing things, what we want to turn on for replacements or off, so on and so forth. U.S. Army, U.S. Navy. So the P-40E Warhawk, we've got a lot of those being built. 40 in the pool. We got a replace rate of 35. We built 25 months to date. That all looks good. Okay, U.S. Navy Seagulls, Dauntlesses, Wildcats. So far used, negative 15 on that, negative 15 on the Warhawk. Okay, the Fortresses, we've lost 13. That was all at the Philippines, I do believe. Where else would it be? We've got 14 in the pool, though, so that's a good thing. Catalinas, Wildcats, you want to see a lot of those Wildcats. They're our main fighters at this point on the carriers anyway. And so you got Navy and Army flavors of both of those. All right, aircraft replacement list top pilot. Hey, do we have an? We do, and I totally missed the dang episode where it happened. But we've got some flying tigers out here. Bond has got well, Bond, James Bond. No, it's CR Bond, of course. GT Beauregard, who's been very good right from the start in those Tigers. He's also got 6. And then we got a couple of guys out here, catching up. JG Bright, RP Headman. God, these sound so American. G Fiskin. Now, he's flying Buffalo Ones for the British. Well done, my good man. Well done. So the Brits do not have any aces yet, but some of those, well, I guess he's the only one at 4. They got a couple at 3. We have lost some pilots, RIP. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service. Pilot replacements, how are we doing? The Navy, these experience levels, as you can see, average experience here at 31 that have been in 10 to 12 months. Okay, let's get some more training going. You don't want to put the 31s out there. I mean, you can mix and match them in. How many? I mean, we got a lot of Navy pilots out there. Experience 40, replacement 6. Yeah, yeah. The main idea is how many month or how many men are in per month, and you can see here we got to get these guys graduated. Uh, Let's go to reserve pool. Okay, so these guys are sitting here in the reserve. They have probably fought already and whatnot, and they could be pulled in and out of the reserve. Let's see, we've got some guys with some real experience here. So these are guys that just don't have aircraft, but they have already fought generally. I mean, they've built up experience. And so you got some guys that are really, good pilots in here. That is the reserve pool. Release 10 pilots. Uh, we're not going to do any of that this time around. Maybe in a future turn. Ship sunk. Okay, let's go to last turn. Now, we got into the Japanese there. Uh, Torpedo, this was an AK and a PB. Now, somebody was telling me there were troops on the ship that went down near Christmas Island, IO. Is that true? I don't think that's true, right? Not on a PB and an AK. Maybe there was a transport that was out there that I didn't see. If so, I apologize. We could go back, I guess, and look at the log. But I don't think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. The person sounded very confident of that. And so maybe there were troop transports out there. That would seem very odd to try to take Christmas Island IO before you took Batavia. I mean, I don't know. That would seem odd to me. Maybe it's just a real surprise. You move. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised. I don't even think it happened, but maybe it did. British and Australian, we lost the Neptuna, unfortunately, near Jesselton. Whoa, my goodness. This game's been doing that a little bit recently, just jumping into like weird places. This looks beautiful though, I guess. For our background. So ship sunk, got it. Okay. And I guess this is what we really wanted to know. 12-8, 12-9. I mean, some of these came out or went down later, but really I guess we only lost 337. What did I say? Like 3 to 400, something like that. And so I think we're at like 650 on the points now. So we've lost another 300 points of ships. If we look at the points this way, this British, the Devonshire, really hurt. That was near Rangoon. I say really hurt, nothing really hurt, but the Mungara was taken down near Milne Bay with a torpedo. I mean, that's a pretty decent point ship. The Rona, the Nirvana, out again, Rangoon, just a killer out there. The PB, IJ, that was a 10-point ship. Maybe, my friend. Yeah, I could be wrong. That could have had troops on it, I guess, but I don't think so. A lot of 10-point ships that we've gotten for the Japanese Navy. I mean, that's smart, right? They're playing smart. They haven't put any of their big stuff in harm's way. A lot of 10-point ships. I always draw my line at about 8 points that I try not to send into danger zones. If they draw it at 10, we're not going to quibble over that. I mean, it's valid, especially the Japanese have to be more aggressive early on. We've got Australia, and you can see where I draw my line, right at 8 and 7, because that's going to be the vast majority of our ships that have been lost. Um, Anything else we care about here, really? Ship availability. We know we get the Yorktown tomorrow. The Hornet comes in 72 days. Okay, the Wasp in June, and then we got a long wait for the Bunker Hill and the Intrepid. It's really in 1944 that the U.S. just starts, cranking out carriers. Uh, it seems like every week. ETA, 3 days. Okay, we've got some YPs coming in AO. We got a new sub, the Trusty. That's a British float. Okay, we've got some destroyers out here in 5 at Aden. That's very helpful actually. The more destroyers we can get, the better. I guess until I started playing this game years ago, I didn't really realize the full magnitude of how important destroyers are for the anti-sub. I mean, I knew they were or they were sub hunters, but I guess I just didn't really realize the extent of it. Royal Sovereign, we get a new battleship, get a new cruiser, some destroyers, anti-sub. Look at all these subs. Whoa. Surabaya gets some new Dutch subs in, the 021, 023, 024. I got to watch it when I talk about Dutch subs. I've got somebody that gets very upset with me if I misstate what's going on with Dutch subs. Ship sunk, ship withdrawal. Do we have anything coming up? Not really. Not really. Let's well, let's make sure that's true now that I've said it. But well, I don't know. Dominion Monarch gets off in February. The Dickman off in February. Queen Elizabeth, we better use her once she gets repaired. The Colombo moves out. Okay, all right. Um, Ground reinforcements. Do we really, are we that worried about it? Not really. We get some new things out for the Dutch at Banduang. All right, they got a 26 assault value. That's not bad. We get a new AHQ out here for the Malayan Army. All right. The Malayan Army's in full retreat. You see a bunch of stuff. Australia Command, Ceylon Command, Pacific Fleet. I mean, you just start getting so many troops, it can get unwieldy. All right, that all looks good to me. Now let's go to over here to operate. We could look at that combat reports. Let's look at Signet, Sig intelligence for right now. Base force locate. Okay, field artillery. Transmissions at Chengting, 21st Mortar at Can. Okay, we don't really care about that. Heavy volume at 9167. All right. Yeah, I don't really see anything in here. I mean, we've got a few things that are like, oh, that could be something. Let's look at the weather. We've actually got rain in the center of the map. Okay, overcast, clear sky, partly cloudy. We don't look at this often. We've got rain over Rangoon. We really should look at this more often. Thunderstorms in China and over Alaska. Okay, so that's our weather. Right. All right. Let's get away from there. And then let's look at operations reports. I mean, I don't go through all of this usually. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I just don't really do. I don't go through every single thing that we saw last turn, and I'm not going to do it now just to like show like, oh, well, you should do this. Combat reports. We watch the combat reports, so I'm just not that interested in do that. Auto convoy, industry management. I mean, we just don't really do a lot of that, right? As the allies. So, okay, we're going to do, as I said, we're going to move over here to Abaddon. Now, last turn, I went through a lot of this stuff, and so on my own. For the most part. So a lot of it should be well set up. We've got no ships in port. We've got no planes. Okay, let's go look at that's just the coastal base force, right? Let's go look at our fleets. Um, Computer CS, this is exactly what you want to see. We've got these all CSing, continuous supply. We could go through them all. Usually I probably wouldn't since I see all CSs, but this is Karachi, 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 and Karachi. All CS Karachi. I think most of them, if not all of them, are fuel. Karachi has 176,000 fuel. Okay. And again, we have no ships in port. There's just nothing else to do here. Over to Aden we go. What's going on at Aden? We have this task force, which is a CS Karachi, and again, it is well. This time, it's actually doing supplies because Aden usually has a lot more. Well, I say a lot more has more supplies than it has fuel. So I just set it up this way. We do have 6 ships in port here, including 4 transports. All right, those always come in handy out here at Aden because you get a lot of stuff at Aden. We also have the Admiral Chase. Does that match the description here? Not really. Not really. The Admiral Chase is its own kind of ship. And then we have the Hermod, which we'll probably just leave here to take with something else. I think I'll actually do that with the Admiral Chase as well. What do I mean, take with something else? If we get some kind of anti-aircraft or something armored out here, they may need some cargo capacity. Um, and so we would put those on the AKs, right? We would put those on the cargo ships. And so we may as well have a little something here. So that all looks good to me. I almost wish you could take ships in port and put a little star 6 here. I guess I could do that in my notebook, but yeah, that seems obsessive. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Aiden 6, that's fine. I am making notes as we go through here. Just so we've got them, gentlemen. Just so we've got them. Mombasa, sure. Nothing going on at Mombasa. Cape Town. What's going on in the big sea town? What do we got? We got a lot of ships in port. A lot of ships in port. They all got here finally. This is a lot of stuff out of the Dutch East Indies, a lot of stuff out of, Australia, some of it out of India, bits and pieces that we picked up from Darwin and otherwise, and we've sent them all here. They actually just got here this turn, which is kind of funny. I was like, oh, well, we'll probably just breeze right through Cape Town. No, no, we won't. And before we go into that, what do we got here? We've got these transports. They're just sitting here. They're nice transports. We can really get some stuff moving, but we've got nothing to move right now. We've got the coastal defense and we've got this RN South Atlantic Naval Headquarters, which really is just transports coming in. It's just their way of simulating a lot of stuff coming in from the British Empire into Cape Town, whether that be from England or the rest of the Commonwealth or otherwise. And this just simulates that. So, anyway, I'm going to disband this task force. I don't see any reason to have it just sitting here. We've got this. All right. What do I have going on here? Nothing. Nothing. It's docked. It is not loading or unloading. Okay, these guys have a speed of 12. They've got around 5,000 capacity and about 14K in endurance, let's say. But speed 12 is the really important one. We may as well go get some of these ships. Like, I don't know, the Birmingham City could be one. These two, though, look a lot, they've got better endurance, certainly, and a better cargo. But the Birmingham City looks perfect for this group. Almost identical. Well, it is identical to the West Cawthon, it looks like, anyway, right? So we'll put that in there and we'll say done. And we are already docked. Let's load supply. As you'll see here at Cape Town, we've got 200,000 tons of supply and 155,000 tons of fuel. So we have a little bit of both. Let's do this and let's go into Perth with that. All right. It's got good endurance going to Perth. It's, 12 speed, very normal, right? We'll CS that and we'll do no refuel. Okay. Excellent. And then let's go get some of these others and form a new task force. Cargo. And we'll get out of the ones that are already in task forces. Look, why don't we take these 5 that are identical? Is it 5 or is it 6? Oh, it looks like 6. Okay, let's put these 6 all together. Just make sure they're identical. Okay, done. And we'll just say cargo Perth. All right, and we'll dock it. We'll load supply. Okay, this is Commonwealth ships. Okay, sure. I could use the mini map, but what fun is that? And off to Perth you go. And we'll CS that. CS to Perth. All right. Perth from Cape Town. It's on a CS. Maybe we'll do that the rest of the game. Let's hope. What did I name this one? I've just got this as cargo. I guess I didn't have that to disband when it came into port, so it was already kind of raring to go. Now let's go get these little faster ones. It looks like we've got a few that are a little faster, like 14s, right? Or did I just put? Yeah, I just put 14s in there. Was there something else? Done. Cargo in task force, no. No, I was thinking these are better endurance. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so let's put both of these in here. Uh, done. Cargo, Perth. All right. And I am going to change something here in 1 second, but get dock, load supply, and off we go. Off to Perth. All right, that's a lot coming out. I think I'm going to actually maybe take, yeah, let's see. That is 12,800 tons. That's 25,000. So we're talking 37,000 tons there on the full. 19,000 here. Well, shoot. Okay. I'm actually going to leave that just as is. We'll just leave it right like that. Okay, did we get most of everything? We did because a lot of these APs we're not using here. That's not what they're for. Now we could take some of the faster ones or the ones with better endurance and send them to the U.S. West Coast. That is certainly something we could do. The Australia Star, for instance, we've got a few just like that. Why don't we just take a few of these? Which ones do we want though? We've got these two that are identical. We've got these two that are identical, and we've got these two that are identical. What is this? This is a Dutch ship. Okay, so those two are Dutch. These are also, oh wow, the Dutch really giving us some nice ones here. Australia Star, British, even though it's called the Australia Star. Why don't we form up transports, all right? And we'll do which ones did I wanted the ones with speed 16. Australia Star and the Bachfontein. Done. Okay. And now I can't get them all the way to the east coast of the US, which seems a little excessive, does it not? Why don't we take them around to Sydney? All right, we'll take them there first. Why don't we take them there? We'll make that their home base as well. Okay, because we've got plenty of transport ships here for any need that may arise. We could actually even take these other two, couldn't we? The ones with the bigger, shit, I don't know, all four of these really, and just leave these. We've still got the dang French ones out here. I'll wait on that though. I'm just gonna wait. As is, as is. We've got a lot more ships coming in here in the near future. All right, so that takes care of those bases out there in the off-map bases. Let's just go run through Karachi very quickly. I may not hit every base in India. We've done a lot of that in the past. Let's see what they've got here for troops. Strategic command at target. Let's turn you over to combat. We've got 65 here in unit strength. Defend at target. Got it, got it, got it. Looks good. All right. Um, let's look at the fleets that are here. Computer. We got local minesweepers. So the tanker is computer CS. That's what you want to see. This cargo is not. These two are. And then we have ASW combat. So we've only really got this one to worry about. What is this up to? It's going back to Abaddon. It's unloading right now. Okay. So we just haven't set it up as a CS yet. But otherwise, everything else here is purring like a kitten. Out in the air, we've got Lysanders and Wapatillas. Fine. Okay, sounds good. What is this unit up to? He seems to be coming across the continent. It says he's going to Calcutta. Yeah, he's taking this rail. What a rail journey. 1,334 miles. I guess his little thing is pointing this way. So he's coming out of Hyderabad. The reason being is we had to rush him down here to Hyderabad because I don't believe it had the garrison at the start of the game. Hyderabad, strategic at target. Okay. Combat, combat. Still looking for it. There we go. Now it's got 38. What does it need for its garrison? Please be 20. Okay, it just needs 10. Thank goodness. So this one bigger unit, like the 92, is going out to Karachi, just to make sure we watch over that. Jodhpur has some engineers. Lahore, a lot of these can't move up here. They're kind of restricted, internal Indian politics, that sort of thing. I moved a lot of these last turn, so I'm not going to go through them all. Let's go to Bombay, see what's happening in Bombay. Okay, combat at target looks good. What fleet is here? Local minesweeping. Okay. I usually, once I'm just playing the game myself, just fly through these buttons over here. I very seldom will go down into the independent things until I see something that I don't understand or I don't know why it is that way. Hyderabad, combat at target. Okay. A lot of these things not going to say they don't matter, but if he's in on Hyderabad, things have gone so sideways that hopefully we would have come over here and checked. Kanapur, okay, combat defend, that looks fine. Lucknow. Now, early in the game, you send a lot of things over to these places, but once they're there, they're just there for good. They're really not going to move, barring some kind of Japanese invasion of India. We got engineers there. Whoops, didn't mean to hit on Kutak. We've got armor there, but I know he's supposed to be there. That all looks fine. We looked at Goa, Mangalore. Okay, not what more could really be happening in Mangalore. We've got armor out here at Calcutta. Pretty sure that's supposed to be here at target. Now this is move. Let's get that to combat. To combat. There we go. If it says a target, you pretty much want to always have it on combat mode. We've got transports out here at Cochin, and I'm not really. I just can't remember exactly what happened out here. I was trying to take things to North Mail. Did they make it? That's the question. It didn't make it to North Mail. Something made it to Adu. Now, I think one of these was supposed to go to North Mail. That's what I thought. Now, why? I guess is it because he's restricted? 25 points. Okay. What is this base unit? What is he attached to out here? He is attached to Eastern Fleet. Okay. All right, fine. I'll spend the 25 points. Do I really care that much? Not really, but okay. So we got to look for Eastern Fleet. Oh boy. Back up in the Chinese. Hold on. West Coast. Okay, this is all British, obviously. Eastern Fleet. China Command. Uh, Eastern Australia. All right. New Zealand. The Admiralty is not in play. Here we go. Gosh, all the way at the end. All right, we'll put him in Eastern Command, and we'll put him on one of these transports. What's his load cost? 390, 445. 390, 445. Okay, you get on here then. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and compare the two ships. I'm sure that there's an advantage or disadvantage somewhere. Do, 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 do. Why is he not showing as available? All right, back down here we go. Strategic move. I guess he does need to be on combat and he needs to be on amphibious. He is. Maybe we had to have this on combat. Usually it'll show it here though. Uh, no, it's just engineers really. Huh. Okay, well, I'm doing something wrong. Let's see if this guy can dock and load him. No, we don't see him there at all. So maybe, I mean, it would show it there if it's restricted. Let's go back to strategic. Oh, did I? Wait a minute. I swear to God that said strategic move. Oh, I did put. Oh, I'm sorry. I did put it back to combat. That's right, because he's amphibious. We'll have to come back to that next time. I'm not sure why he's not loading up. Can this guy load up? Nope, he's not showing up either. Do. Okay. Now this is the kind of stuff I warned you about. I'm going to sit here and try to figure this out for the most. I know the Eastern Command is restricted, but how did we get another Eastern Command out there? Um, Gosh darn it. So I'm gonna have to spend another 25 points. I'm gonna waste 25 points. What do I want to put him in? The Admiralty? Burma Command? No. Far East Malayan? Oh, geez. Not really sure what I should put him in. Um, Group RA. Yeah, I mean we can't put him in that. India Command's restricted. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I think we really had to wait for his command to come in. The command wasn't there yet. Okay. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna. Yeah, I need my rear admirals here. But I'm pretty sure it's because that's restricted, and he was in a um command that had not arrived yet. This guy is in the Southern Command. He's now in the Eastern Command. I just don't know what to change him to, but I'll figure it out. But I'm not going to sit here any longer. It's just not that big of a deal. Trivandrum. Okay, we've got some engineers there. Let's go around here. We'll go to Madras. In Madras, what do we got going on? Let's go look at the troops. Combat, rest. These are those low morale units. They're all at target. That is all fine. We did get some transports back over here. We've got a lot of them. I'm not really sure what to do with them. This was the Singapore fast reinforcement. They did not make it to Singapore. We instead put them down by Oosthaven, right? And so this is kind of a group without a home at this moment. Now, this is only a level 5 port. We could do. We could put them down at Colombo, I guess, kind of have them centrally located. The reason Madras is a nice jumping off point is you can rail Indian units here very quickly if you have a problem and get them anywhere. So maybe I will leave them here and let's just disband that task force for now, for the immediate moment. We do have level bombers out here doing naval search and training ASW patrol. I mean the time for training's over, guys. Let's go. Let's go. You got to pick it up, gentlemen. I think I'll probably put that on 60 to 100. Oh yeah, probably got to put a little bit of range on them. For that, we'll. Oh shoot. 3 is their extended radius. All right, that doesn't make any sense. I don't even know why I was trading them ASW patrol. Let's put them on naval search, or I don't know. We could put them on naval attack, I guess. If something Japanese got that close, I would want them to attack. I think. Let's just I don't know. Get rid of the training. 50, sure. And with no arc, no arc. Okay, that's all fine. So he's just going to run a little naval search around there. That's probably what those planes would have been doing during World War II anyway. If we go down the coast, we can go look here at a few places. We've got engineers there. Are those engineers supposed to be there? I guess is the question. Strategic move. Yes, they are. Let's put them on combat. Okay. Into Calcutta we go. Now, where the heck was I? I had to step away there for a minute. Got to refill my cup, gents. Oh, I think we're about to make it to Calcutta, right? Let's go look at Calcutta very quickly. See what the heck's going on in Calcutta. We've got level bombers, right? Well, let's look at them this way. We've got one in training with 44 experience. That makes a lot of sense. We've got the Audaxes out here running ASW. That makes sense. And we've got the Mohawk 4s, the fighters, running escort up and above the beautiful town of Calcutta. 50 on the escort patrol, the cap going on. They've got good morale. Of course they do. They're hanging out in Calcutta for the war. 50 experience. They're okay. Only 5 planes. Um, Task forces. What do we have here? Human, 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 and some computer CSs. Now, last time, I don't think I did this online. We'll get to the task forces actually in just 1 second. Let's go down here and look at. Yeah, we've got these on rest that have the bad morale or what we suspect is bad morale. Um, I say suspect. Uh, we know what their morale is, but yes, they've been put on rest duty. Everything's at target. That all looks fine. All right, let's go back to the task forces. I have a local sweep. I have an AKL that's just sitting here. Now these ships are not great. They're 2-point ships. We're gonna send them back into Rangoon if we can. Let's dock it. Um, we've got 33,000 in supply, 56,000 tons of fuel. We're going to actually load supplies though. Again, this is not a big force by any stretch of the imagination. Let's go into Rangoon. Can we get it up to full speed, baby? That's what she said. Uh, gosh, what a yeah, junior high joke. Rangoon, Calcutta, they can get there one way. We'll just minimally refuel it while it's in dock so it can go, full speed both ways and off we go. Let's just do that as a CS too. We'll just do that over and over till these ships are no more. Oh, these guys I set up to go down to Perth. Now, so they're full. They'll be going down to Perth and then back to Abaddon. And so we're going to get a minimal refuel on them in Perth. They're carrying a lot of supply to Perth, and then they're going to go to Abaddon. They're just too valuable to send into Rangoon. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. These guys just sitting here again. What is their. Okay, so yeah, they need to fuel up. Let's actually dock them and replenish from the port. Replenish from the port. Gosh darn it, I hate when that doesn't work. Okay, let's send them over to Colombo then. No reason these are not going back into Rangoon either. So if something's not going into Rangoon, get it out of Calcutta. I mean, there's no reason. Calcutta's not going any other place. It is the depot for Rangoon, at least at this point in the war. Now, it may eventually be getting stuff, right, from other places. As the Japanese advance into India, if they do, but there's just no reason to have these around. 6,000 endurance. What are we talking about here? 5-point ships. Okay. Then we've got a better ship here, the Garmula. Let's make that a new task force. Cargo, done. What was that? Carmula. Okay, done. And then I'll send that over to Colombo and I'll just have it break apart when it gets there. Not literally the ship, but the task force. We'll just have that disband over there. Let's go back to that for a second, though, because I want that to be its home. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's right click, get off of that. Those guys are going down there. Local mine sweep. This is going to Perth. 69. Okay, that's going to Colombo. And we're just going to call this cargo now, because it really will probably go up to Abaddon or over to Cape Town. Okay, there. Another. Oh, this is an AMC mine sweep. Then we've got these AKs. Okay, these are the ones I was thinking about. Let's take them around to. How about Bombay? We don't really have much in Bombay. That can bring some stuff to other places. We'll get that off full speed because they did make it. Somehow they made it. Um, you know what, though? Actually, I really just want to take them up to Abaddon. There's no reason to do anything else with them. We could have them come into Bombay, which is, hooked up, so not everything's coming into Karachi, and maybe that's what we'll do. But these guys are going to Abaddon. All right. They're loading supplies. It's the same kind of idea. We'll call this just cargo, by the way. There we go. what I was saying is this task force is very similar to that other one. 1750. They're already loading supplies. They're on full speed now, baby. Let's give it minimal CS. Perfect. What do we have here? Full speed, same deal. Full speed, minimal refuel. Fuel. That's what I want. Did I put this other one on CS? I think I did, right? But I'm just making sure. 1750 CS Rangoon. Okay, perfect. So now if we look at our task forces, we've got these two CSs. Everything else pretty much is either a local minesweeper or we're getting it the hell out of there. We do have 4 ships in port. What do we have here? 2 decent AKs. The Garmula. I thought I just put the Garmula in its own task force. I thought I said its own task force. 1200 Garmula can go with them. Am I crazy? What's going on here? There's the Garmula. That was weird. Okay, he's in with them then. Fine. Um, ships in port. That's where I was. This AK is okay. Let's put that in a cargo that's just gonna, you know, break apart when it gets over to Colombo. This task force will. So let's go to Colombo, and then we'll figure out what to do with it once it's over there. I like to put these kind of ships into Colombo and just have them break up the task force and then try to find other like ships. So auto disband. There we go. All right, so that's Calcutta. Really, I don't think there's anything else to do. We've got all the troops are supposed to be here. Some of them are resting. We've got nothing here, just a base force. Is he supposed to be here? Dhaka. Yes, it is. Okay. Um, Chittagong, Chittagong, gong, gong. FP. Well, let's just go over here and do it the easy way. We've got 2 training. They're both at 49 experience. Wildebeest, Walrus. Okay, fine. We've got the Blenheims doing some ground patrol. Let's look at these Wildebeests. Okay, cool. ASW. Oh, they're doing ASW stuff. Got it. Got it. Okay. There should be out 4 hexes. They are. That all looks good. Let's make sure these guys should be at Chittagong. We actually probably need more. Oh no! It's the 48th Gurkha. They need to go to Akyab. Come on. We're going to just march them there. I'm tired of messing around with them. So they're going to march down to Akyab, down this road. At least they have a road. Yeah, Akyab. Perfect. We finally got them off the ship, Stanley. They're headed to Akyab. Gosh, what a nightmare that all was. This does not need to be at Chittagong. It really can go over to Colombo. Again, it's one of those things. Cole has a lot of those transports going to Madras, and I do understand that. It's a good place for him to go, frankly. Um, but Colombo, we could also then send him up to Aden or whatever. It's a very quick little trip to hop over to Madras if that's where we need them to be. So off they go. We've got no ships in port. Now, I do believe all of these units are where they're supposed to be. I checked this defend at target. Right. Up here, we've got defend combat at target. Right. Combat at target. We maybe will never look at these again. Nah, that's probably not true. These guys are where they're supposed to be, and then we have Lido, where we've got the transports on the move. Supply transport to Kunming for both of these. They actually have been doing a pretty good job, it seems like. We haven't taken any operational losses, I don't think. Strat move, nope. We want you combat at target. Okay, that's it. Nothing more to be done in India, really. We've got, this ship down here at Akyab, which is an HDML. Fine. I'm not really too concerned about that. We have these units right here that are moved to Akyab and combat Chittagong. Now, why is he moving as he is. Oh, he's going to Cox's Bazaar. Got it. That's Cox's Bazaar. The other one's going to Akyab. So why exactly? Well, all right. We'll send the other one to Akyab, or this unit out of Chittagong to Akyab. That's fine. We've got some things coming down here. Now, what are these? Oh, these got out. The Illinoisan, he can go in one of those kind of crappy cargo groups. What about these guys? Shouldn't say that. They're out here risking their lives. He's at full speed. He will get out. He's not going to be cargo Rangoon anymore. We're done with that. We've got Rangoon built up pretty well no matter what happens. Both of these. Okay, so these are all four really good ships. We've got them going full speed around this corner. Let's hope they get back to Calcutta. Then we'll send them over to Colombo, maybe eventually up to Abadan. Um, we can go down Burma here. We've got Maya. I always struggle with this one. Mayatkaina or Mayatkaina. Yes, that sounded exactly right. I'm sure. No native speakers of Burmese, get all over me. I don't know. Is Burmese even a language? Could be. Sorry if I'm offending any Burmese watching this. I just don't know. Lashio, this is where he's supposed to be. We'll worry about China in a bit. We've got a lot to do probably in China, actually. First Burma, they're in Shwebo. I think I've got him marching because Mandalay is not meeting their garrison requirement, if you can believe that of all places. So he's in Mandalay. This is as it should be, defend a target. But they just don't have enough AV. And so he's down here. It's really because this one unit I sent down to Tangway or Tangui, defend at target. Okay. This is Mogwai. I just like to say Mogwai because it makes me think of Little Gizmo and the Gremlins. Mogwai. Yeah, Tengu. The historical home of the Flying Tigers, where they flew out of the 20 Ave here. Not bad, not bad. Let's go look at the one base we've taken over this game, and that is Chiang Mai. I'm very excited. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. We took this base. We marched right in here like we knew what we were doing, and we took the base. What's happening over at Prom? I do believe this is combat at target. Okay. And then we can go directly into Rangoon. What's up, Ran? Good morning, Rangoon. Escorts 50s. How many? We don't have that many left. Um, they've just really been getting knocked out. We've got 11 there, 8 there. I'm talking about ready planes, 5 and 6. Eeh. He's really done a good job. I say he, the AI, the little men in the machine, of whittling that down. Now, as you see, these guys need to be at full speed. There we go. Okay, so they'll be at full speed out. CS Rangoon. We can always keep that on minimal refuel. No ships in port, of course. So we've only got one ship left, or one task force left here. I think everything that's at Rangoon should be at Rangoon. Let's go see. Combat, defend at target. Yeah, everything's here. Everything's here as it should be. 534 on the assault value. So we'll go out to Pagoo. Make sure everybody should be at Pagoo. So this is 184 combat at target. We've got everybody where we need them to be for that. We looked at Chiang Mai or Chiang Mai. It doesn't seem like he's been very interested in Burma yet. He has been bombing wise, but from infantry level, not really. Combat defend at target, okay. And then we've got this base force running for its life, and this one as well. And I think that really takes care of Burma, and we'll go to Port Blair. These guys are coming out of Colombo. They're unloading fuel. They've actually put a decent amount of fuel in here. So I like that. That's cool. I would like to get some aircraft out here. He'll get out of here and go back to Colombo. Then we have another task force coming in. This one's got supply. Excellent. Cargo port, CS Port Blair. I like that. I like that. No reason not to just have it come back and forth. These other ones are not the most important ships in the world. These, we've actually got a cruiser and a light cruiser out here, the Exeter and the Glasgow. or Glasgow if you would rather, but it's Glasgow, I think. Chilka, Mundra, okay, fine. These are kind of odd pairings when it comes to capacity. They got the same speed at least. What are we building out of Port Blair right now? Airfield and the forts. Okay, sounds good. Looks good. I like it. Um, Anything else down here? Not really. Let's jump over to Sumatra. We have this at Sabang. This force combat. I mean, this is pretty decent force. 108. I really should take them all the way down to Palembang, but I'm not going to play that way this time. We have a base force here. We have a base force at Medan, and a little bit more. Yeah, combat, defend at target, got it. These guys I am marching out of here. They were at you say at Tanjogawabi. Sure. Um, they are on the move though, and I do believe I've got them going to Padang. Move. It's a 322 mile march across hills and the jungle really. Um, but they're off to down here to Padang. Down here at Sabolga, I think I'm doing the same thing. Nope, he's going to Palembang. I'm cheating. No, not really. Move. He needs to be in move mode. I'm not sure why he wasn't, but he's moving down to Palembang. Benkalis, we could get this guy out of here. I mean, he's like sitting in the middle of the rainforest. I don't really, what how much utility really does he have? Padang Garrison, combat defend, okay. All looks good. We'll get back up into Malaya in a second. I've got this group over here that I can't get out of here. I don't have any way to. We've got those planes. I want to get them over here, but they're all damaged. And I haven't been seeing them getting bombed. They're just maintenance and damage. They're, I don't know. Let's put them on rest, stand them down. I don't know what else to do with them. Let's stand them down. I eventually want to pick that up and take it over to Sibaret if we can. What else do we have here? We've got another unit moving towards. Oh, this one's going towards Jambi. Okay. It's only got a 6 assault strength. I guess it kind of doesn't matter where it's going in some respects. Padang. Let's go out here to Sibaret. I did get the base force out here finally. Thank God. Let's. Okay, we're building. Oh, we're building up the airfield even. Okay, I'm fine with that. We do need to get more supply in here if we're going to be building like that. Ben Kalen is showing that we don't have enough supply. Now that's interesting, right? I mean, we got a lot of industry and stuff like that here. Part of it is because I brought the Air Force in here. I think these guys can actually stand down. Let's give them a break. Why are you not standing down? Take that off. Stand down. Stand down. Okay, fine. Call it training if you want. Um, Train, sure. Let's just make sure they don't have any range, and I guess it won't matter. They can do whatever they want. Now, I am going to forget that I did that, and I'm going to be like, oh, why is this not working? Transfer to base. We can go up to 21 away. I want to get these guys out. We've got 10 Blenheims. We've got 7 Blenheims, and we've got 6 139 WHs. Okay. How about these guys? Shoot. There's just no good place to take them. Can we take them to Dili or something? What's even got any support at all left? Singapore. Yeah, fly them into Singapore, buddy. Um, Surabaya has actually got some space. Kuala Lumpur to Jilajap. Why don't I take them? So there's to Jilajap. Man, here comes the main Japanese task force. Not sure if that's a good idea. Jogjakarta. Hey, Miri. No, 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 no. None of these look appealing. I guess Tajilajap would be the only one. Let's just take them to Tajilajap and get them out of Benkalan. Not really sure what my idea was here. I mean, I don't know. Let's just take them to Jilajap and have that be that. We'll have to keep skipping them down the coast if we can. Now let's put Tajilajap a little over. But at least we've got some fighter cover out here. Transfer to base. I could go to Ben Kalen potentially. Bandoang. That's already over. Um, do I dare skip them through Surabaya? Probably not. Maybe these guys, I'll forget about them. I know I will, so I need to move them now. Temala, no, 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 no. Lamajang. Okay, we'll just move them right there. Exit out, and the stragglers. All right, back with you. We'll take a break every once in a while. The dog went nuts. I was like, oh my gosh, Cocoa Puff, you gotta chill out. Yes, my dog's name is Cocoa Puff. Uh, the long story. Anyway, okay, so we're out of Ben Kalen. Actually, we went down here to Lamajang. Probably not a bad location for all of them, to be honest with you, but we'll get them out of Tajilajap soon enough. Palembang, bang bang, Palembang. Let's go. What do we got? We got no ships in port. We've got, oh boy, we've got two groups up in some cap, all of 9 planes, and we've got the 139 WHs out here doing naval search. Okay, let's go look at that. Search 040. Does that make any sense? Not really. They should probably be going out this way, but we know the main task force is coming this way. Are these worth a damn? I don't really know. The 139Hs, actually, the Dutch planes aren't too bad, really. 90, what would that be? About 120 maybe? How many are there? 8 to, I don't know, maybe 160? Am I close? Look at that. Man, oh man, that's how it's done. Okay, let's do that. Now, you know what? I'm not going to change that. Now that I just nailed that, I'm never going to change it. We get a little double coverage out there too, my friends. So, okay, that looks good. We'll just run that, and these guys are going to get blown out of the sky at some point. But we've got all kinds of escort and whatnot. Maybe they'll get a lucky shot in. We've right now we've just got a local mine sweep, and we've got the PC Tiedemann out here. Okay. And then we've got all of 39. This is no Fortress Palembang. That's not how we're playing. We're not playing her that way. We've got a lot of destroyers here that should probably leave the area. Really, I've got them on patrol zones and whatnot, but they're just gonna get smoked out here. Well, these are HDMLs. I don't. It's not that I don't care, but so I was wrong. They're not destroyers. My bad. Uh, those are HDMLs. These are minesweepers, or yeah, these are minesweepers that are doing ASW. Got it. How much are these ships worth? Two? All right, guys. You're getting big combat pay. What else did I have there? What was that? That is what I looked at. And then HTMLs. Okay, bunch of 1 or 2 point ships. We're just gonna have to let them float. We got an ML here. Okay, it is what it is. We've still got things in Kuching, including a fighter that we skipped over here that we're trying to get out of Singapore. Where are your buddies? I don't know, but he's damaged with no way to get out of here, really. That's probably not good. We've got some patrol craft, 2 and 2 that are ready anyway. We got them, looking out there. That's fine. They're not going to last, but okay. We've got one in maintenance, I say one, B339Ds that's up here in maintenance. So I guess I've jumped over to Borneo. I didn't really, plan that. We'll continue. We'll finish up with Sumatra here soon enough. That all looks fine. Okay. Let's go to Oosthaven. What do we have in Oosthaven? We've got no ships in port. We've got search, 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 escort. Okay. I think that's fine. What kind of patterns are these? You know I can draw a pattern now. He's just doing a general. Got it. Okay. General, general, general. I think that works. That makes sense. Um, how many fighters? Four. Okay. Okay, so we have four here and nine there. It's not much of a fighter. Oostaven, I was wrong. We did not have those units in Oostaven. I think we dropped them in Batavia, but with the plan of taking them up here to Oostaven, or some of them. Yeah, these British units, that's really what I want to take up there. I brought this transport group over here. They can dock. Let's see what troops we got going on here. Third Indian Corps is really what I'm looking. Yeah, so I've already set these. You 20. Wow, that takes it really close on the cargo. That puts us over on cargo, but we're good on troops. Who else is third Indian? Oh well, I guess both these two are, right? Um, second Argyle. Okay. 2463. Let's go into verify the load and then let's try to get a cargo. Oh, there's nothing? Really? Oh my goodness. Hmm. All right. So I guess we're going to have to do the cavalry first. Does that make sense? Sure. He's got more cargo. He's got a lot of cargo. That's not our strong point here. Loading unit, used. Oh, he can get these two over there, but not the cavalry. Well, tell you what, that's okay. Maybe we'll just leave the cavalry there. Punjab and Argyle, not yet out. 158 troops. Get more ships. Can I do it? No. All right, we're going to accept the load anyway. That's all right. We're going to go over here to Oosthaven and we'll unload those troops and then we'll actually get out here to the Cocos with those transports. I mean, there's no reason to just throw these transports away uh, at all. We've got local mine sweeps, some AKLs that aren't really doing jack. Why don't we dock them? We've got a lot of supply here. We've also got not a ton of fuel, no pun intended. Let's take this out to the Cocos as well with some supply. And as a matter of fact, I'll just make that continuous. These are 1 point ships. I'm just not going to worry that much about it. The Lamatang can go in with them. All right. Very similar ship, the IPO. Sure. Let's put that in there as well. Um, so now it's taking a little bit of fuel. Why not? We've got PT, PT, APs. These are the ones that are loading. Excellent. Okay, so we'll take some of these Brits, put them in Oostaven, and go from there. Um, I actually do think I'm going to call it. I'm just going to break these episodes up. I'm going to keep playing, but this is a long episode. I don't want people to say, "Oh, I'm just not going to take." I'm going to go through again. If you're not interested in watching this, totally fine. I'm going to literally go through every place that I'm interested in before we resolve the next turn, which will be tomorrow. I'll probably live stream tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, it is Monday, what, May 24th today. So tomorrow, Tuesday, May 25th, I will be live streaming. So I'm going to go through all these. I'll just make this the one episode, but I'll make it part one, two, and three or something. Okay, this has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. I should have another episode up right after this one. Enjoy. Have a good one.